Hello and welcome to Chennai for the MRF Challenge. We have got plenty of racing for you throughout the 2 days, and as you can see behind me, the 5-minute board is up for the first Saloon Race. And Nikanth put in an amazing performance in qualifying. That time was sensational. Can you keep it up for the race?
Yeah.
Okay, that nod tells me that yes, he can. I'm going to get out of the way because they are going to start any moment. So David, it's over to you in the commentary booth.
Louise, thanks very much. The Indian touring cars and Superstock, which effectively are a mix of modified saloons and production saloons, are good to go. It is the more modified ITC cars, the Indian touring cars, that are up at the front of the grid. And Nikanth Ram, a man of few words, the man that was on pole position, quickest in the qualifying session this morning, which was a slightly curious session in a way because it didn't reflect what we'd had in free practice. Yes, he was quick, and then we had a red flag. He was half a second quicker than Ravikumar. The red flag was caused by Ibrahim with a right front suspension breakage. Now, Ibrahim was quickest in both the FP sessions yesterday. Then the session was restarted for about 4 minutes and 50 seconds or whatnot. And in that, Nikanth Ram went and did 2 more pole position laps, meaning that in the end, the gap was something like 2 seconds, not half a second, over the opposition. The grid is now being cleared. This is a 10-lap race, and the cars will be released shortly. And any moment, we'll get that green flag. I'm not expecting to see Raja Rajan's car, but if it does suddenly get a new lease of life, it'll join in from the pit lane. Green flag is there, and so the cars are released for the first race of the weekend for the Indian Touring Car Championship and the Superstocks. And there you can see, look, Raja Rajan's car being held at the end of the pit lane. So they've had it off the grid. Teams had a look, scrutineers have had a look, and content that it's going to be okay to take part in the race, albeit effectively from the back of the grid. Now, is it going to be allowed out to join at the back on this formation lap or on the first lap of the race? We'll see. It will be a pit lane start. So Raja Rajan will get a race, and it's going to be 10 laps, this race. So through they turn, out of turn 3 into the S's. And Raja Rajan, one of the rapid drivers within the Superstock category, he's going to have to really be rapid here because he's lost a huge amount of time, of course, by being condemned to start at the back of the grid, which is headed by Nikanth Ram from Ravikumar and Akbar Ibrahim lining up third. Then Ritvik Thomas, the quickest of those in the Superstock class, ahead of Joel Joseph. Raja Rajan is going to start, as you've seen, from the pit lane with then Pratik Benya lining up next. Deepak Ravikumar starting 8th on the grid ahead of Raja Shekhar, and then it is Mani Maran to round out the top 10 ahead of Srinivas Teja. Sri Venkat Teja is next ahead of Vishnu Aditya and Kasha Sai, and Sarada Devi rounds out the grid. Indian touring cars, as I say, are the quicker, more modified contingent, and we are almost set to go racing. The grid is formed at the front. Last couple of cars will slot into place near the back, and then we will be ready to go. So there's a gap where Raja Rajan should have been. There's another gap that I think has developed where Archit Mylandler's car seems to be missing as well, but all will be confirmed as we get underway in 5 seconds' time, because the board is there. The drivers now look towards the lights, and we get set to go racing now. Who makes the best start? It's Nikanth Ram that gets away quite smartly then as the cars accelerate down towards turn 1 for the first time. And as they brake for the first corner, race leader, Nikant Ram, it is that leads the way. Vijay Kumar in second spot, and then third is going to be Akbar Ibrahim, the 3 ITC cars, then getting away from Ritwik Thomas that leads the Superstocks. He's in 4th place. In 5th place, as they wriggle their way up towards us, is Pratik Benya, and through on the inside line goes Akbar Ibrahim for 2nd place then. So 3rd on the grid, 2nd already, and going after Nikant Ram as rather expected. If that car holds together after its suspension maladies in the qualifying session, it'll be one to watch for sure. Up towards the left-hander at turn 4 for the first time comes Nikant Ram. There in 2nd spot is Akbar Ibrahim. So that car put back together again by the Prime Racing squad. And the Suzuki S-Steam accelerates then up towards turn 6 for the first time, with Vijay Kumar dropping back a little bit now in 3rd spot. 4th at the moment is Ritwik Thomas heading the Superstocks, and Ibrahim way out wide. Has he got a problem? He has. He's slowed right down. Akbar Ibrahim has got a problem on the opening lap of the race. Now, is that a repeat of what he had in qualifying? Does he feel the car's not right, or is it something fresh now that struck him? It is not his day, is it? So Akbar Ibrahim slowly makes his way down the short straight towards turn 8. And that means, as going rather wide there was Raja Shekhar, that the majority of the attention now I think is going to come from the Superstock contingent, because given their qualifying pace, Nikant Ram should be able to outpace Vijay Kumar. And Akbar Ibrahim, if he can make it to the pit lane, hopefully Louise will be able to go and explore what the problem is now, because it's been a day of days for all the wrong reasons for Akbar Ibrahim. Towards us is the race leader, Nikant Ram. Turns through the right-hander and now sprints up toward the timing line. 1 of 10 is done in the book. Nikant Ram leads. 2nd is Vijay Kumar. The modified ITC cars heading the Superstock class leader, Ritwik Thomas. 4th now is Joel Joseph. In 5th place, it's number 25. That being the Honda City of Deepak Ravikumar going through the shot. And in 6th place is Raja Shekhar. Now we've got from the pit lane going through Raja Rajan. He's on the back of Archit Mailandler, who started at the back of the grid. He wasn't in his grid position, he was at the back, so he is in the race. And one for the pit lane very, very early on is Akbar Ibrahim with his problems, sad to say. Now there, as they come out of the S's, 44 pushing on. Raja Shekhar, he yesterday in the practice sessions was pretty spectacular, and he's in the thick of the action here, trying to attack and defend at the same time. And he's looking for a way past 25 of Deepak Ravikumar. So the 2 Honda Cities together, and Shekhar closing right up there, going into turn 5, almost shoveling out of the way Deepak Ravikumar, giving him the hurry up, that is for sure. And right there behind the pair of them is Pratik Benya, who's dropped back, and after the first lap he was, remember, 4th on the grid, but he's fallen away over the first lap and a bit of the race. So lap 2 of 10 for the Indian touring cars and the Superstocks in this saloon race. Down they come towards turn 8. You're looking at Ritwik Thomas running in at the moment, 3rd place overall, heading the Superstocks. There to the inside line goes Ravi Shekhar. Can he get through on the inside line? No, he can't. Deepak Ravikumar closes the door. Shekhar goes a little bit wide, coming up towards now turn 9. There's a yellow flag waving in the background there, and a green flag on the exit of 9. So somebody's had a mistake out of sight at turn 8, and who has dropped, unless it's where Akbar Ibrahim has parked, somebody may have dropped out of that leading gaggle, we'll see, but it could, as I say, be where Akbar Ibrahim's car has come to rest again. Leader over the line, Nikant Ram then ahead of the car of Vijay Kumar, and then a long, long wait before the Superstocks, the kind of production saloon equivalents, come through for 3rd place, headed by Ritwik Thomas with the Honda City. Goes wide up the curb ahead of Joel Joseph. Next up is Deepak Ravikumar, and a change is imminent behind. Have a look, because they're side by side. Pratik Benya in the white car, rather, up the inside of Ravi Shekhar, goes through, but Shekhar fights back, gets the inside line out of turn 1. Tries to force the issue on the run to turn 2 now, starting lap number 3. There's more dust settling as people run wide ahead, but the gap does not come down sufficiently. Right now, Vijay Kumar has done the fastest lap of the race, so he's not letting Nikant Ram get away, doing his level best to stay on terms as the cars now come up towards the S's once more. So Ritwik Thomas, Joel Joseph, and then Deepak Ravikumar, the top 3 within the Superstock class. There is Nikant Ram. He's on lap number 3, and he leads the way by 1.8 seconds. That car operated by the Arca Motorsports team. Through they turn, and the gap is down fractionally in sector 1, with Vijay Kumar having been the quickest previously in both the first 2 sectors on the lap. Now, in Superstock, for 5th and 6th overall, Deepak Ravikumar versus Pratik Benya is the next battle to look for. Ritwik Thomas here, 39, is the class leader from Joel Joseph, going pretty well today. But Pratik Benya, who was on the class pole, has got quite a lot of work to do as they come now into the right-hander of turn 8. Out wide there goes Raja Shekhar. Race leaders have gone across the line, and the gap will be apparent in a moment between Nikanth Ram and Vijay Kumar, with now Raja Shekhar dropping off the back a little bit, it seems, of Pratik Benya. Benya in turn very definitely here, going after 25, which is the car of Deepak Ravikumar. The leading gap 2.3 seconds, so that last time around it was a quicker lap by Nikanth Ram, so he was able to extend the margin by a couple of tenths alone within the last sector of the lap. There is the race leader. Nikanth Ram looking strong up front at the moment as he comes through that long right-hander. And Vijay Kumar doing his level best to stay with him, but it's just not happening at the moment. Change there, up the inside goes Benya, runs wide, so one up and one down. He got himself ahead of Deepak Ravikumar, but didn't stay there because he went too deep into turn 4, off the road and back on again, and that means therefore that Deepak Ravikumar retakes the place as he comes back into view here. So change and change again. There through is Raja Shekhar at the back of that little gaggle, but Ritwik Thomas still leading the Superstock class. We're currently on lap number 4 of the 10 as they drop down now into the turn 8 right-hander. Tell the way the cars push on, go to watch. Of course, they're on MRF rubber and really working his car hard. Deepak Ravikumar under attack from Pratik Benya. Closing up as they approach turn 10, a wheel locks and he goes deep into turn 10, number 07, Pratik Benya. That car from the Superstock class, of course, operated by the Race Concepts team, and he's closing up onto the back of Ravikumar's Snap Racing Power wheel around Honda City as they come towards the line now. Past the pits they go, heading into turn 1. So Nikanth Ram, it is leading the way. The lead gap now 6 seconds. So I think the job is done. He's managed to prove that he's the quickest and he's getting away all the time. Results of this race affecting, of course, the grid for the second. Nikanth Ram turns his way through on his own as well. So frustrating in a sense that he hasn't got anybody to battle against, but as they come down towards turn 8, Vijay Kumar is rather in no man's land. He's not catching, there he is in the background, he's not being caught either, so he's rather stuck there, with Ritwik Thomas in turn still well clear in the Superstock class. Now there, number 14 from its pit lane start is Raja Rajan's Honda City, and he is chipping his way up the order, but not carving his way up the order, I think it is fair to say, but he has now got past Sri Venkat Teja, number 9. So Raja Rajan doing his level best here to get up the pecking order. Coming up towards turn 6 on this, the 5th lap of the race. Race leader over the timing line in the meantime, starting to put laps on the slower Superstock. But for Raja Rajan, still working hard. I reckon he's lost a lap on the timing screen somewhere, so it's hard to gauge his accurate pace. But there, 25 is Deepak Ravikumar, running in 5th place. Pratik Benya is still there behind him in 6th, so try as he might, he's not yet found the answer. They come through almost nose to tail, and remember, Benya was ahead for a corner, but has not been able to stay there. Can the Race Concept Honda City make its move at turn 12? It closes up a little bit under braking, but to no avail. And through they sprint now, up towards the line once again. Down towards turn one. Pratik Benya to the outside line. He can't drive all the way around the outside, so wide in, tight out becomes the plan. Can he now get the switch back and make the move on the inside at turn two, starting lap 6? He thinks about it, but gets a face full of Deepak Ravikumar's Honda. So again, plan is foiled. Nose to tail. Benya on the back here. Deepak Ravikumar having to go defensive, so he can't really think about attacking anybody else. Benya goes to the outside line. Is he going to be able to make the move there for position? No. Can he force a mistake out of Deepak Ravikumar? They turn now up through turns 5 into 6. Hugging the curb on the inside is Ravikumar. Pratik Benya right on his tail, though. They're squabbling for 5th and 6th overall, but also for 3rd within the Superstock class, the last podium place within the Superstock category here. Through they come. Still tied together, these two. Hard on the brakes, down towards turn 8. So Pratik Benya right there behind the similar Honda City. Same type of car, different team, and the one with more roll in its suspension, the one that looks the more nervous of the two, is that of Deepak Ravikumar. As they sprint now down towards turn 8, and again, down to turn 10, I should say. Pratik Benya looks to the inside line, can't do it. Deepak Ravikumar bounces across the front of the car, flings the car into turn 11. He's got a lot more commitment and more spectacular driving style as Deepak Ravikumar, but losing touch with the class opposition all the time, don't forget. But it's a great little fight to be 3rd within Superstock as they come up towards the line here. Now is on this lap Pratik Benya close enough to have a go at turn 1. He thought about it last time, he thinks about it again, but the answer is still no. Up towards turn 2 now. The gap between them is about, what, 2 lengths, if that. Benya looks to the inside line, just like a lap ago, so he is defended from by Deepak Ravikumar, who runs out wide and gets a bit of a wobble into turn 3. This was the undoing of single-seater drivers yesterday, this part of the circuit, but as far as the saloons are concerned, slightly slower pace means they can recover from that. Out of the S's, then they're short straight up towards turn 4, which is where Pratik Benya did go through a couple of laps ago. Can he have another go here? Let's see. Looks to the inside line. Deepak Ravikumar tries to cover that line, which he does, but is that going to compromise his own exit going into turn 5? We're on lap number 7, and the two Honda Cities still as one as they come now through that right. Up the curb goes Deepak Ravikumar. As they squabble for 5th and 6th overall, the race leader continues to dominate and has just gone across the line to start now his 8th lap. So through has gone Nikant Ram. Deepak Ravikumar still defending from Pratik Benya as they come into turn 8 this time. Everything that Benya tries, Ravikumar has an answer for. So as they accelerate now together down towards the completion of lap for them, 7. The two Honda Cities remain as one as they turn into the right-hander once again here. So up towards the completion of the lap they will come. Already midway around lap 8 is Nikant Ram, and his advantage now is 14 seconds. So whereas early on it was half a second on one lap in qualifying that was concerning Vijay Kumar, it's even more than that, magnified over the races. So nearly 15 seconds of a margin. Here are the Hondas, still together. Deepak Ravikumar goes defensive, moves across, defends. They come over the timing line, down towards turn 1 once again, and there's traffic to negotiate also. Deepak Ravikumar then hangs onto the plate as they turn through that right-hander. Pratik Benya is running out of options, I think, here. He's tried, but Deepak Ravikumar is not to be denied the place, and a lock up there from Benya also means that he's delayed coming out of turn 2, and he's on the wrong line as well. Hasn't got the pace, hasn't got the momentum. Hooks a wheel on the curb coming out of turn 3, so Pratik Benya trying hard, but to no avail, sadly. So through they turn, now up towards turn number 4. And again, brake hard, turn in more aggressively, more lean on the suspension. Deepak Ravikumar's car draws attention to itself. The race leader is heading up towards the completion of lap number 8. Nikant Ram out on his own. And as far as second and third are concerned, Vijay Kumar it is that runs in second spot. Of course, the other Indian touring car spec car in the race, his Esteem. Braking zone on the outside line is Pratik Benya. On the inside line, Deepak Ravikumar. Side by side, are they? No, because the outside line is the longer and the slower, and it won't pay out for him. So through they turn. And now down towards the right-hander of turn 10, towards the end of the lap. Through they come, the two Hondas. And again, Pratik Benya makes that little bit of a mistake, drifts out a little bit wide, and that in turn means that the gap widens between the top two in this battle. So you've got then up towards the completion of the lap, the Deepak Ravikumar Honda being reeled in under braking, again, look, by the hard-charging Pratik Benya, but little good does it do him in the end, because as they come now up towards the timing line, he washes out just a little bit. Now dives to the inside, though, at turn 1. Is that going to work for him? Again, the gap's there on the inside line, but by the time he's got there, it's time to brake and turn in, so there's no opportunity to go by there. He looks at the inside again at turn 2. Race leader, incidentally, is on lap number 9 now, and pretty much midway around it as well. And Benya looks at the inside. This is a rather more concerted effort now going into this, coming out of turn 3. Up the inside, he tries to squirt, but once again, it ain't happening for him. Fair play to Deepak Ravikumar. It's good defensive driving, this. Into turn 4, still nose to tail. Deepak Ravikumar keeps his Honda City ahead of the similar car of Pratik Benya as they accelerate through turn 5 with a lap to run at the end of this. Battle is still on as far as positions are concerned within the Superstock class here. Nose to tail they run, and lower down the order, 95 there is Mani Maran, 38 Kashat Sai. They are in 10th and 11th places, those two. So out of a race that's had a bit of attrition, now it's got some rallycross in it as well. 95 runs out wide, Mani Maran off the road and back on again. Does that give Kashat Sai a chance to challenge? Let's see. I don't think it does quite. So Kashat Sai just hesitated as he waited to see which way the car was going to rejoin ahead of him, and there's the answer. Stays ahead, but Kashat Sai is still pushing as hard as he possibly can there to try and get up with number 95, the car of Mani Maran. Down they come towards turn 8. Still nose to tail. 95 then is Mani Maran, 38 Kashat Sai behind, and this time it's Maran that goes wide, and Kashat Sai pounces and goes through. And has Mani Maran got a problem? Because not only did the car seem to go wide, it also seemed to lose pace rather suddenly. That yellow flag we had on the opening lap was indeed about Ibrahim's parking spot, because that's a glimpse in the background confirmed it a moment ago of his car. There in second overall. Heads up towards the timing line and the checkered flag at the end of this first Saloons race of the weekend. Does there. Nikant Ram in the blue car, wriggling his way out of the back part of the circuit through turns 10 and 11. They're very distant indeed, look, Vijay Kumar. But Nikant Ram set to be a race winner in this first Saloons race of the weekend. The Indian Touring Car Championship opening round is going to be won by Nikant Ram, who comes across the line now to take the checkered flag to win the first Saloons race of the weekend. There he is, and Nikant Ram way, way clear of everybody else. Vijay Kumar is going to come through for second spot. So confirmation of the top 5 as they cross the line. Nikant Ram is the race winner. Second going the way of Vijay Kumar, and Ritvik Thomas takes third, Joel Joseph fourth, and Pratik Benya finishing in 5th place. Arun Mammon from MRF, the chairman and managing director, with the other MRF and Madras Motorsports Club officials.
Well, that was a dominant performance by you. That was a clear run.
Yeah, I thought I'll be a little slower today because I didn't run free practice too. I just had to enter right into quali and just put in a few laps. And then race winning like this is feeling happy.
Yeah, you should be. It was very good. Well done. I can't imagine how hot it is in there. It's hot out here. How was it for you?
It's hot.
A good run. You happy with that?
Pardon?
Are you happy with that race result?
Well, I have to be happy with it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Well, that's a good philosophy in life, isn't it? Well done. Thank you.
Thank you.
And there in the background, you see the Superstock winner, Ritwik Thomas, as Arun Mammon looks on and studies the car, studies the tyre wear. And the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of MRF, Arun Mammon, a huge supporter of the activities here at the Madras Motor Race Track and, of course, of Indian motorsport in general.
He came third. So were you pleased with that result?
Yeah, so I didn't start well. So I was down to fourth, I guess, fifth. So I had to overtake one of my teammates. Then there is one guy with whom I was fighting for 5 laps. Luckily, I got one chance at the last lap. I overtook him. So this is my first podium means first pole and second podium. So obviously happy.
Congratulations. Enjoy that first podium. I'm just going to see who else I can speak to. Back to you, David, for a moment while I find somebody else.
So we'll enjoy the highlights of that race a little later because the drivers are being rounded up, as I say, to the podium, and we'll eavesdrop on the presentations here in Chennai. So there for the yesterday race, Ritwik Thomas on the top step of the podium, along with Joel Joseph and Raja Rajan. Same 3 drivers that'll be shuffled around for today's race. So as I say, this is a catch-up of podiums. This is what happened yesterday. And then the winning team gets the trophy as well. And Ritwik Thomas drives for the Race Concept squad. So it is for them that the trophy is presented. Now I should imagine we will also have the Indian touring car drivers to the podium, and it's the same 2 drivers that finish both races in the same order, so this should not be awfully complicated. Vijay Kumar takes 2nd spot, and there's the trophy to the veteran racer from Arun Mammon. And now for the double winner, up onto the top step comes Nikanth Ram. Mighty impressive trophies that the Madras Motorsports Club and MRF provide for the winners. And then for the winning team at Arca Motorsports, there will be the representative to make his way onto the podium. We'll have a look at the highlights of that first race for the Saloons. A lively 10 laps it was for some. The race got underway and Nikanth Ram blasted clear, with 2nd going to Vijay Kumar at turn 1 and Akbar Ibrahim 3rd. Now Ibrahim was quickly on his toes trying to accelerate his way up the order, but it wasn't long before Ibrahim had another problem and the car ended up parked by the side of the road. Pratik Benya had qualified well but started badly. He spent much of the race trying to battle his way back up the order and gain places. He managed to gain a few but lost one back to Deepak Ravikumar. They squabbled for the duration of the race, but in the end, on the last lap, it was Pratik Benya who got through to take 3rd in Superstock. 2nd in the race, though, Vijay Kumar, and from the pit lane, number 14, Raja Rajan, up to 7th place, despite this off-track excursion at turn 3. But there was no stopping Nikanth Ram, who was dominant all the way through and managed to carve his way as a race winner here in the Indian Saloons Race 1. From Louise Beckett and David Addison, for now, it's goodbye.